Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to the whole world. I am Irma Reyes, and I am here in my channel, NGL Healing by Irma Reyes. I would like to take a time to be able to talk to you about several things that are very important to talk about, especially that those are things that are occurred in my life and that I would like to share them with you. So one of the things of what I wanted to make this channel, it is to create the difference in this world, but more so to create the difference into many things and actions that I have received in the past, and literally a really bad experience that I went through. And I know that many people outside in the world have gone through the same thing. I was 7 years old when I was literally sexually abused by one of my cousins. And so my cousin, I was 7 years old, he was approximately 17 years old. And so it created a huge impact in my life. It created a despair, sadness, depression, and insecurities within me. And so I didn't mention anything to anyone. I felt scared. I felt that it was my fault. I felt that it was bad. I was called to play, to literally come here, let's play. And, as the innocence will go inside of me, definitely I didn't know that was going to happen. So it ended up being like that, a situation that I would not want for anyone in this world to go through. So I am talking about that because I would like to bring awareness, number one, so that we can talk to our kids, family members, and our friends and everybody, to be aware of that situation where there's moments when you are called to play or to read or to do several things that as a kid you don't know that those things are going to happen. So it was terrible, and for almost 30 years I lived, not 30 years, I would say 24 years more or less. I lived with all of that hurt inside of my heart, and it was terrible. There were some nights that I would be crying by myself, but I still did not mention anything to my parents, and up until today they don't know. My dad, when he passed in 2015. When he passed, I'm pretty sure that he knew what happened, and because I have the ability to talk to people who passed as well, like I actually asked him, and he said that he, in that moment, he was learning when he passed, as he, there's apparently, like they say that when you die, there's like a movie that all of your life goes through, like really quickly, and you see also your kids, in situations that they went through that you have no idea. So now my dad knows. My dad passed, like I said, 2015. My mom doesn't know, and I'm not planning to tell her. She's right now, she turned 90 this year, and so I'm not going to tell her that, because I would hurt her feelings terribly. My story was, in that situation where it hurt me physically and emotionally as well. I could not trust anyone, and it was a terrible situation where I would be so insecure. Sometimes I would not talk to people, let alone to boys. I would not talk to them at all because I was so scared that something again could develop or happen to me. Through the time, I learned, that I was developing, I developed a lot of, beautiful things in my life, in my world, meaning noticing that I could feel the feelings that the people who were around me, I would know right away if they were sad, if they were mad, if they were going through several things, and I started noticing about, the healing things that I could do, the healing powers that I brought into this planet. And so that's another topic for another story. But as I grew up, I wanted to heal myself, so I did. And I did a lot of sessions to myself, meditation, a lot of meditation, and to the point that I was able to forgive him and what he did to me. Up until today, I can see him without any issues at all, no problem at all. I know that he has that inside of himself, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life, all of that situation that he did. I don't care, what he goes through or his feelings or anything. The most important part here, it was that I needed to heal my own feelings. I needed to heal myself. I needed to heal my heart, my mind, my feelings, my emotions. I needed to heal those, and I was able to do it. I did it on my own because since my parents didn't know, they could not bring me to any psychologist or someone who could help me to understand what had happened and try to remove it. As I went through my life, I learned several therapies, beautiful. I was exposed to beautiful people, the masters of many, many things, where I learned that I decided to expose myself to. And when, as I learned of my powers and what I could do, the healing component that I am equipped with, I started, doing meditations, as I said, and healing myself through meditation, healing myself through biomagnetic therapies and bars, and doing, literally pulling the energy from myself the way I normally do it in other people. I was able to bring fruitful results for me. I am super happy. I am, I continue with my life. I have been always so positive, super positive all my life. I don't remember being negative in any way, shape, or form. Of course I'm human, and I normally, I can have good days and bad days, as anyone else, but not about that sexual abuse and the rape that I went through when I was 7 years old. I literally was able to, like I said, forgive, remove all those feelings from my body. And my body was in tension constantly, in constant tension and constant grief and sad. And I was depressed as well, but all of that, all of the anxiety and depression and stiffness in my body and all of those situations that I could not believe or trust in other people, it's gone. And it's gone for good, and it has been gone for years and years and years. And so I just want to let you know that there is hope, that there is many things that we can actually do together. I can actually help you to remove all those feelings and emotions and heaviness that you are carrying, and you have been carrying for years, sometimes decades, sometimes, weeks, who knows, depending on the situation. But I can help you remove all those feelings and be able to continue with your life and have your world, your own world again, to see the path, to see the light, to see an open door, and be able to have those possibilities and opportunities in your life to continue growing from within, to continue growing and seeing that the life is so gorgeous and so beautiful that you can actually think about goals and reach those goals. So with that, I would like to do a meditation with you to be able to heal a little bit of what you're going through and what it is being, so difficult in your life, to be able to help you to grasp that a little bit better. And if you would like to have a session with me, please reach out through my WhatsApp. In my WhatsApp, you can actually see my telephone number where you can actually WhatsApp me, and I'll be so happy to help you in so many ways and see another person that has gone out of that situation and bringing the possibilities. I have seen many girls and only one boy, but many girls and many situations where they were aggravated with that same thing of what I went through. And so I would be very happy to meet you if you want in presence, in person. I can actually do the treatment to you, or we can do treatments virtually. You not necessarily have to come all the way to me. I can do it virtually, and not necessarily has to be about sexual abuse. It could be many other things. It could be any particular feelings or emotions or illnesses, that you might be carrying. So I just want you to see an open door, and that I am here to support you in any way. Love you bunches. The next meditation that I would do is going to be about racing that, and having those feelings removed a little bit, of having peace in your heart and giving you a little bit of hope and peace and happiness, so you can continue and think about, visiting me or reaching out to me for a virtual session. I can tell you that I have helped numerous people, as I said, not only in sexual abuse, but in many other things. So I am here. I'm here for you. And I am so happy that I created this channel to be able to help the rest of the world. We need each other. We need the support. And I will be honored to be in your life. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you.